I'm not late. You're late. Who's late? What? Hold on. I don't even have Minecraft open yet. I was I was in the middle of editing and kind of got carried away. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Smith. Good morning, DJ in chat. Good morning, GG in chat. I hope you guys are all doing well. And I meant to check out what's going on. Where'd my mouse go? That's not good. Where's my mouse at? Okay, there it is. Sorry guys, technical difficulties. Sure, that's another Minecraft bug for you. So I was hoping that I'd get enough time to actually look at these alerts, because I don't know if I hide all these, if I would actually get alerts. Like that one there. I don't know. I mean, I suppose I could always move these off screen. Or maybe it's just not working because it's all YouTube stuff. Do not know, to be honest. Most recent donator count up timer. Okay, all that's good. Yeah, we'll give that a try. It's probably just because I don't have it all set up for YouTube yet. Add that to the very long list of stuff that I need to do. Anyways, good morning, everybody. I hope everybody is doing great. What is going on? Wait, what? What is going on with my ping? Is my ping crazy? I think my ping's going a little wild this morning. Man, it ain't joking around. The Patreon server. Like do. Looks like me after I had coffee. Well, let's jump in and see what we can't destroy. So I did post a community post. I don't know who all saw it, if anybody. However, things are going to be a little bit different on today's stream. I'm going to be doing a split stream today. And the first half of the stream is going to be 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. my time. So it's going to be 2 hours from this point forward. And then after that, I'm going to take a short break, and then I'm going to be streaming over on Twitch. However, I'm not going to be streaming Minecraft over on Twitch. I'm going to be streaming Imperium Galactic Survival, which is going to be the Reforged Eden version of it. If you guys are familiar with it, great, you know what I'm talking about. If not, I would highly recommend hanging around and seeing what that game's about. It's basically the game that I go to avoid burnout. I have not played it in a little bit. Been several months, but looking forward to starting a brand new survival game over there and working from the ground up. It's very much like Minecraft. It's a voxel based game, meaning that whatever all of the world is basically made up of squares and stuff. However, it's more in depth than Minecraft, where you can actually have like a bunch of different block states. So like dirt, for example, instead of having one dirt cube like Minecraft would, you can basically dig that out and have a bunch of different variants of that dirt. So it's really cool, and to say that it's a in-depth game it's mind-blowing how in-depth the game is. So if you guys have any interest in a space, kind of like a space Minecraft game, then definitely need to hang around for the second stream and check that out. Let me go ahead and restart my Minecraft client because it's being all wonky. Now we have, man, I hate since the last update how slow this is loading. There's supposed to be a bunch of performance increases with booting it coming in the future updates. Yes, the Imperium Galactic Survival is only available on Steam, and it's only available on PC. It's a very, very, very in-depth game. I mean, it's so in-depth that you can break your legs, break your bones inside of it. You can get hungry, get stomach aches, radiation poisoning, all kinds of different stuff. You can freeze to death, you can have a heat stroke. To say that it's in depth is a huge understatement. But yes, it is on Steam, and it's only for PC, and it's probably due to the limitations because it is a what in the world? Why is this? I know it takes a long time, but holy cow. It's definitely resource intensive. With the most recent update, however, they did just make it to where it is less resource intensive. It's made by a smaller game development studio, and it's a very hidden game. If anybody's familiar with like No Man's Sky or something like that, it's very much like that, but very much different. But it is it's not really marketed, which is weird. They really need to market it because it's the game that my brother introduced me to a couple of years ago, and me and him will play it together a lot too. And you can get on servers and all kinds of stuff with it. So only thing is if you're on a server, then it's everything's ticking real time. So if you're on a server and you leave your ship running, you could build spaceships, bases, capital vessels, small vessels, a hovercraft, all kinds of stuff. If you leave them running and you log off the server, even though you're off the server, it's still going to continue to use fuel and everything else. And if you have like a farm on board or something that you have to keep running to keep your oxygen going, then it will basically die. If you run out of fuel, all of your stuff will die unless you're on a planet that actually has oxygen on it. So, like I said, that just barely scratches the surface as to how in-depth it is. But we'll definitely take a look at it here in a little bit. Very, very fun game, and I would highly recommend it. So, as far as Minecraft goes, on the first half of the stream, we have two options. We can go over here and do some terraforming and stuff on the factory. As you can see, we have kind of the back side of the factory floating there, and all of this on the front really needs to look more natural. So we can do that, or we can go in the nether and start doing some grindy bits in the nether, maybe working on a nether tunnel. You guys let me know what y'all would like to see, and we can go ahead and get started on it. GG says, sounds really interesting. Yes, it definitely is. If you are interested in seeing a trailer, if you go to my community post, you'll be able to see the trailer on that. I posted that along with a few other content creators that do Imperium. One of which being Jeff Randall and the other one Spange. Jeff Randall's a lot more into building because like everything there it's built. Like you'll basically take blocks and you'll build a ship from here to our spawn tree that's absolutely massive. However, the blocks that you build with is not just like blocks. You can use blocks, you can use triangles, all different kinds of shapes and things like that. But it's very realistic because if you have a block and you can build out of steel, which is heavier, or you can use like composite, which is obviously lighter. However, it's like a trade for a trade, so you can save weight with one. However, it doesn't do as well with armor, so it'll break easier in a gunfight. But it'll also, if it's heavier, it will also take a lot more thrusters and stuff to actually make the ship move and use more fuel. You'll help me terraform? Okay. So are we doing the factory then? I got plenty of dirt over here, plenty of grass over here, and some other bits and bobs. I took my shulker boxes somewhere. I just can't remember where I took them to. I think they are in the nether. Potentially. Are you AFKing on the server, GG, or are you working on a project? What do we have going on over there? Oh. Really? Right above his head? There, finally nailed him. Oh, I see. Well, first and foremost, I think we should down there. Okay, probably need that. That first? Yeah. Good. Get these holes patched up here. And I'm going to do a first run through here, which is going to be kind of ugly, but kind of get it to where it's situated, I guess. Apparently we got plenty of drown under here. We can make a drown farm. They explained to me if there's a cap of 4 drowned inside of a river biome, which is what this is. Why do we have a dozen of them over here? Did somebody explain that to me? I see you over there. I think that you're going to get left out. Yeah, it does look like a mob farm, doesn't it? Let me grab some frog lights, I guess. Whoa, what are you doing up there? You're not supposed to be up here. I'm so tired of these mobs being persistent. Okay, what did I come up here for? I needed these. That's what I needed. I do want to come back in here, and I'm going to be doing like some custom trees and stuff like that all around here, but I want to get the terrain situated for the most part before I start doing all that, because there's going to be a lot more that's going to be added. So I'm planning on having like a loading dock area, maybe a little fishing hut on the other side, And then maybe even like a lumber area for my tree farm. And maybe, I don't know, I'm up in the air about trying to do like a witch hut type of deal. I mean, maybe. Yeah, that's kind of too far away though. I don't know. I mean, ideally you would want it inside of like the swamp area, which is kind of where Renee's at. But that's kind of too far away. I might just integrate the I think Endermen are grabbing all these blocks. I might just integrate it into the factory, like a brewing area. I don't know, we'll see. Invoking Corrales. Good morning, sweet faces. Good morning, Moss Logic. How are you doing? Did you get your skin all sussed out, or are you staying with the same skin? I think you should stay with the skin that you have. You look like a green mumbo jumbo, and I absolutely love it. Before we start doing that, let's I guess fill in some of this. And then on the bits that we're not going to fill in, I guess take some sea lanterns and put down there. I think that should stop spawns. Not sea lanterns, you big dummy. The frog eggs glowing doohickeys, frog lights, those things. Okay, those are pretty much lit up. Now this side, I'm just going to have like a little pond or something there. Okay, I think that's lit up for the most part. This beacon's going to be very temporary. Guess up here we'll just spam some torches. Not really going to be seen by a whole lot of people. Everyone is saying that Green Corrales Mumbo Oscar. Yes. You know, if I had to pick a group of the best people to make a skin off of, those would probably be my top 3 picks. Not gonna lie. All you need to do is put a waffle on the back. What we'll probably do is do some terraforming over here. I could not imagine this taking a ton of time because it doesn't have a whole lot to do. But I mean, once we get into like the fine detail of it, it can probably take an immense amount of time. But once we get that done, we can probably shoot over the nether. Start working on like the kill chamber for the guardians and stuff like that. What do you want? Yeah, it just really depends. As long as people can look at your skin and tell who it is, I mean, I think that's the most important. I've thought about changing mine before, but I'm like, eh. Why? Let me, I don't know if you can voice chat, but I'll jump into stream chat just in case. Come on, Discord. Apparently Discord doesn't have any coffee. There we go. Perfect. Double to the head. Yeah, that's for typical. I
How
thought.
are you?
Well, hi. Hey there.
Yeah, can you hear me okay?
Sure. Yes, I can hear you just fine.
Okay. I don't have my headset in. I just have my earbuds.
No
Wasn't sure
worries.
if you- Okay.
I'm gonna turn you
I
up a little
love
bit on.
terraforming.
You love terraforming? Well, I got a job for you.
That's why I offered to terraform.
Yeah, it's gonna look really unnatural here for a minute, and typically I'll do this just to get like a base going, and then I'll come back and break it up and make it look more natural.
I do the same thing.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
Oh.
well, hello. Excuse me.
Oop, I'm out of grass. Good morning, Sunken. Welcome to the chat. We are going over here. Yeah, and by all means, if you need any of this grass, I probably have more than I'll need. So feel free to take some. Wait, no, I wanted to put those back, not grab them. Hey, Alien. Good morning. Welcome to the chat.
Oopsie.
For those of you that are just joining, we're starting to do some terraforming around the factory here. And get it looking a little bit more normal. That way we don't have the back of it floating. And basically getting everything squared away, and then we're going to go back and make it less ugly. Carrots. What's up, Rob?
This water, do you want to...
Welcome to the stream. I was going to just kind of make like a little lake with it. I mean, I guess
Okay.
I guess I could do away with it. Not a big
You don't
deal.
have to. I just didn't know how much you wanted to come out with the terraforming and lose the lake or whatever.
Yeah, I'm not too terribly concerned about it. Oh, let me get in full screen mode. Sorry there, guys. I guess I'll just remove this little floating bit for now. I don't want to get too carried away. Alright, it's not perfect, but it's surely better than it was. No worries, Rob. Let that stuff sit there. Hey Ellie, if you're still in chat, do you know if there's a ongoing bug that's I know there's a bug making the zombies and stuff persistent. That's why you see millions and millions of zombies all over the place anymore. But the drowned, there's supposed to be capped at 4 drowned inside of a river biome, but I come over here and every time I come over here there's literally like a dozen of them, which is weird. I don't understand why they are spawning like crazy. Not so much in here, more so inside of the area that I just closed in. There was like a little river biome over here. See if we can't make this a little bit more natural looking. I think one thing that I've learned with terraforming is everybody always wants to make it to where they can traverse it, and real terrain is not always like that.
Very true.
But my biggest issue with that is that I will sit here and spend entirely too much time getting it figured out. Try to like get away from the patterns. Maybe bring this out some. Have it kind of spill out a little bit. Alien says, I've been noticing that a bit too. There was an old bug where they used to never despawn IRC, so that might be back. Yeah, I remember that bug and it was very, very annoying. We had the drown, then we had the trader llamas there for a while, not too long ago. Man, that was a nightmare. Those trader llamas would never despawn. Alright guys, I said that I was doing terraforming. I never claimed to be good at it, so. Yeah, the trader llamas. Yeah. Probably worse than the drowned. As always guys, if the music is too loud or not loud enough, let me know and I can adjust it accordingly. Same thing with all the other volumes. That bit's too pokey. Something like that.
Well, I'm in spectator, looking around to see what we need to do, and we're consistent. Your section that you've been working on looks like the section I've been working on, so that's cool.
Oh, that's good.
I was afraid it would be an obvious difference between what you did and what I did.
All right, let me Let me go over here before I get killed by that drowned, and I'll turn up the music a little bit. I think last stream I kind of turned it down and veered on the side of caution because it's like very sensitive. Okay. Let me know how that is. I can adjust it if I need to. A skeleton. Get out of here. Did you happen to notice any zombies piling up down there whenever you were in spectator? Did you have your spectator stand over here? I don't think I have mine.
Over here, towards the shopping district.
Oh, I already have one
Where
over
it's
here.
raining.
Huh.
There.
I know there was a bunch of zombies piling up last time I was over at your area. We had a drown down here. See, drown used to not even spawn in caves. I don't know if they changed. I'm assuming they changed that mechanic, but like this here. And these are all, I don't think that those should be loaded. Well, yeah, maybe they're being loaded where you're at. Well, that's crazy. Go back over here. Sorry guys,
Go
just
underneath my base.
yeah, just a quick
Sorry.
detour. Yeah, see there's more over here. For whatever reason they don't despawn. Very irritating, especially if you have like mob farms and stuff. Those might have just spawned. Sworn that there was a bunch of them. Yeah, there's some over here. I don't think mobs will spawn when you're in spectator mode. Does anybody know if they will? I know they've been doing a bunch of changes and whatnot with it. Got a spectator. Go.
I know that, like, iron golems and stuff will spawn while you're in spectator mode. But as far as hostile mobs, I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, iron golems are not dependent on the player position.
I see.
Not that I know of anyways. Don't remember them being. Okay, I think we can bring this out a little bit more. Welcome to the chat, Third Hand Cargo. Third Hand Cargo says they aren't supposed to spawn. They shouldn't spawn unless you're in spectator, correct? Or when you're in spectator, correct. Sorry, I read that wrong. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I've noticed because whenever I was doing like testing with some of my farms, whenever I was in spectator mode, they totally would not spawn at all. Which means all of those, whenever I went over there, are somehow persistent. Which makes absolutely no sense. It almost seems like some of them are persistent even though they're not holding an item or anything. I wish a Mojang would do away with the persistent tag with the mobs if they are just like spawning holding an item, something like that. Like if a player like gives a mob an item, okay, that's fine, make it persistent then. But if it spawns or picks up an item, I don't think it should be persistent at all. Like we have name tags for that. There's really no other reason to make a mob persistent aside from using a name tag.
Yep.
It just leads to too many different issues. Because I mean, we've had so many issues with persistent mobs, and they pile up and they ruin gameplay. Round this off a little. I think I can remove this now that I forgot what I marked out with. I know that I marked that for something. Can't remember what it was marked for. I think it was a marking that I used for Structura. Like you. You shouldn't be here. Go home. Alright, where are you at? I don't want to,
I just moved towards the back some more.
Okay. Yeah, that is a valid point, third hand cargo. If it picks up your nether gear, yeah, I guess you wouldn't want it to despawn. If it had that stuff on, that would be a real shame.
Ooh.
So yeah, that's definitely a valid point. Elian says, I can't remember the exact value, but players do need to be in a certain range of the village for it to spawn iron golems. So I'm assuming them spawning when you're in spectator mode is a bug. Yeah, it's probably something that just hasn't been implemented yet. I believe it's like 50 blocks away from a village. Something like that. So yeah, you have to be in the immediate. Oh yeah, I guess that's kind of similar to the despawn range. Yeah, I guess it's really hard to differentiate those inside of the code, I would imagine. It seems like with the coding with Bedrock, is there's so much unattended code changes. I don't know if that's just an issue with the code type that they use, or if it's another issue that causes it. I don't know. It just seems like whenever they fix a bug, they're like, hey guys, we fixed a bug, and everybody's like, oh no, what did they break now? Third hand cargo, I do agree. You want mobs to stay persistent with those types of situations, most definitely. That would be a real shame to have one of those despawn with your armor on. But maybe they could change it to where the if the player dropped the armor, kind of like if the player comes up and like feed seeds to that chicken over there, that would therefore make that chicken a persistent mob because now it's been interacted with the player. So maybe if like the player dies and drops the armor, that could count towards like an interaction maybe. Moss Logic said, I had a baby zombie pick up my netherite armor and my OP sword. Oh yeah, that's always fun and terrifying. You know, out of all of the years that I've been playing Minecraft, I had something happen, and it was actually right on the other side of the factory that it happened, and unfortunately I did not get to record it. I'm sure we have all seen the baby zombie riding a chicken. Everybody's pretty much familiar with that. What I saw, and I've never seen it before, was a baby zombie, and it ran over to the chicken and jumped on it. I've never ever seen a baby zombie mount a mob at all, which was really strange. I figured that they just spawned. I didn't think that they would actually like jump on the mob themselves. Then I accidentally hit him into the nether and he was there, luckily. Oh yeah, most definitely. But by the time I was able to get up slobs and hit the record button, it's like already done and over with. bring this out a little bit. Gotta look less squared. Square that off a little bit. Make it look less squared, and then we're going to square that off a little bit. That makes a ton of sense. It does kind of in my brain.
It's Minecraft. Nothing makes sense sometimes.
Yeah, that looks horrible. This is one of the reasons why I'm a horrible builder, is because I will sit here and critique the smallest little thing that people won't really even like take the time to examine. Yeah, I don't like that.
Horrible builder.
Well, I'm an okay builder.
Stop saying that. No, you're a really good builder.
Get back here. Okay, the sun got him. Let me check chat. Alien, they're baby zombies that will try and ride most mobs. If you killed the chicken it was riding, it would run into another one or a zombie or any other specific mob that it might be in range. I think they can ride more than zombies and chickens too. Yeah, the weirdest one that I think I've seen was, I think it was a zombie on a sheep. Yeah, I think it was a zombie on a sheep. I have a picture of it somewhere. I'll have to find that picture. Moss Logic says builders do just sad RS. Yeah, I don't know. I'm very much a perfectionist, which can be one of my downfalls.
A blessing and a curse.
Yeah, where'd my corner block go? Well, look at that. It definitely is a blessing and a curse. Okay, let me plop that down there. I don't think that looks too bad.
Light this area up too, or just leave it dark?
Yeah, that looks pretty good. I'm just going to leave it dark for now. 'Cause I want to go back and do like a bunch of different lighting and whatnot.
Okay.
Instead of just doing my typical torch spam all over the place. Yeah, that's why I have all of the walls closed off, or the doors closed off here.
Yeah.
And then I don't really want to do like trees and stuff yet, because I don't quite know where everything's going to go.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, Wedge? Welcome to the stream. Pretty sure they do not spawn in spectator. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they do not spawn in spectator. At least they should not. That's the thing with spectator, you just don't know what's been implemented yet. Well, I mean, theoretically most all of it should be, but I'd imagine that there's still some things that need to be implemented. Like, for example, last time that I checked, can I actually check again real quick? If you go in spectator mode, oh, and go to a bubble column. Find a bubble column. Here. Did they fix it? Maybe they fixed it. Maybe it was a one with the magma blocks. Maybe they did fix it. I did report it on the bug tractor, so maybe. Okay, maybe they fixed it. Yeah, so whenever you were in spectator mode, you could like go over a bubble column and you would still get like that bubble column sound of a player entering. So it looks like they fixed that one though. Let's take a gander around here and see. Looking like Okay, this definitely needs some love over here, especially with this big old hole. What's up, buddy? Can you open it? Alright, well, you're gonna have to wait then. Fly! Another thing that I wish that they would fix on Bedrock is trying to fly out of water. Yeah, you push it down. Yeah, I could sit here all day and critique it. I don't want to be that person. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with this area. I might extend it out a little, like a loading dock. Don't know. We'll have to see. Moz Logic says I like the bricks broken up with the puke blocks. The puke blocks? What puke blocks? I don't have any diorite in this build. What are you talking about? I love frog lice. Yeah, you and me both. They were such a great addition to the game. What says is hype that we're finally getting banners on shields though. Yeah, but to be honest, I would be more excited to have banners on beds personally. Because I never really use shields. I don't know, I've never really found them be that useful. Kind of fun to play with like arrows and stuff, but I know a lot of like younger, newer players will use them. That way they don't die as much. So I mean, the change definitely makes sense. That's one of my worst critiques though, is I have a bad habit of looking at everything from my perspective, and I gotta remember that I'm not the only one that plays this game.
But everyone has the right to their own opinion.
Yep, they're like buttholes. What's diarrhea? What block are you talking about, Moss? Oh, granite looks like puke. I love granite. I think granite's a wonderful block. The one thing that I don't like about this mixture is whenever I'm using the Real Source RTX pack, the blocks just don't blend at all. But I mean, that's not really a block issue. It's just more how he did the textures whenever he was doing the resource pack. Banner marking on maps would be my preference. Yeah, I think that they're working towards that now that they're starting to implement that. From my understanding, they were lacking a lot of structure inside of the coding to implement those features, and now that they're actually getting the structure put together, now it's going to be a lot easier for those features to be added.
That would be cool.
If they're going to add anything with banners, I mean, yeah, most definitely. I like them all, but I'm gonna keep calling diorite diarrhea. Oh, you guys are a trip. I call it bird poop.
like bird poop.
Yeah. I'm not really a fan of the biome blending that we have going on here. It goes from really nice looking grass to like really dead looking grass. Not very linear. Like one extreme to the next. That. Pulled out some. That to break it up. Looks like a bad day on the pier. Yeah. Hopefully not too much longer. I'll have a nice little fishing dock over here. I like little things like that because the small town that I grew up in, which unfortunately is not so much a small town anymore because they keep knocking down woods and building. But it's pretty much a fishing town. So we used to have a ton of little fishing piers and stuff like that. Where they came in and destroyed everything. I remember whenever I was a kid, I could literally walk out across one of our main roadways at nighttime, and I might count like 3 to 5 cars that go down it in the night, and that was US 1. And now it's like, even at 10 o'clock at night, you gotta stop to cross the road and wait for cars. One of the main reasons why I want to move up to the mountains. Like, yeah, let's see a build here. And build me a nice little,
See the houses,
nice little
the mountains
cabin
around here.
Oh, I can only imagine. That's the thing with Florida, is it's like whenever everybody leaves Florida, they go to the mountains. It's like all the locals are being pushed out because it's coming pretty much like California. It's like all of the locals cannot afford to live. You know, everything's going through the roof, getting so expensive, and not that I have any room to complain because you're over here saying that they have what, gasoline at like $7 a gallon over there. But
yeah, diesel fuel is $7.99 a gallon where I am.
Holy cow. You know that makes no sense because diesel fuel is a lot less refined than regular gasoline.
Yeah.
It actually
kind of a byproduct, isn't it?
Not really a byproduct from my understanding. It's just a lot less refined. So like I think a lot of the byproduct is like plastics and stuff like that.
I see.
But the diesel fuel is basically gasoline. It's just a lot less refined. If that makes sense. So there's a lot less processing that goes into it, and for whatever reason, it costs a lot more, which is ridiculous. It never used to. Sure, most people remember whenever it was cheaper. Gas isn't too bad here. It's I think last time I filled up it was like 350, 360, somewhere like that. But
I'm so jealous. I haven't seen it that low in years.
But the thing that sucks, look at these two different grass blocks here. Like that's got to be the split. The thing that sucks though is like whenever I was growing up, I remember it. I think the cheapest I remember it was 87 cents a gallon.
I think the cheapest I ever remember was like $1.25.
$1.25. Well, yeah, you're inside of a different part of the United States though. Maybe that played into it. Well, those days are long gone.
I'll never see those again.
Yep, it was nice when it lasted.
I remember complaining about it being $4 a gallon. Now I would die if it was $4 a gallon.
Ugh. I would say move to Florida, but don't. We full.
You never know. We might have a job show up there.
Oh, I guess I wouldn't mind if you moved. Everybody else.
Aw. Yeah, you just know I wouldn't be permanent.
Yeah. Well, I don't even mind people moving here. It's just, the problem lies where, one, you can only put so many people on one plot of land before it gets, you know, overcrowded and full. Like, I don't even consider going to our beaches, and I live, you know, a couple miles away from the most famous beach in the world. But I have no interest in going there. Like, it basically, like, hard to even find a spot of sand to stand on because there's so many people.
Ugh.
But the biggest thing that I have an issue with is that people move here and then they want to change everything. They want to make it into the state that they moved away from. Like, why'd you move away from the state if you just wanted to move somewhere and, you know, make it the same as where you moved from? It's never made any sense to me.
That problem. That's
Like,
a problem in Arizona too.
Like, if you're going to move somewhere, then you need to learn to adapt to their way of life. It's wrong just to move somewhere and be like, okay, this is what we're doing now. No, it doesn't work like that. Moss Logic says, don't Florida my AZ, bro. Yeah, most definitely.
And
Spring
last
break.
year in Arizona?
He was trying to explain it to me, and he further confused me more. It was mainly the daylight savings time, because he said that a lot of I think it was Arizona that he said doesn't use daylight savings time, but then there's like a few places do.
Like the Navajo Nation, the reservation up there.
Yeah,
they do it.
That's so weird.
But yeah, we don't change time when we're in Arizona.
Yeah, same here in Tennessee. Yeah, I think that's probably eventually where me and the family will eventually move to. Either Tennessee or the Carolinas, depending. There's a lot of issues with that though, because where we're at, my wife, she's been a vet tech for many years, and down here it doesn't require any kind of like CVT or like certified vet tech. However, up there it does, and it's 4 years in order to do it. But the biggest problem is in all of those states, whenever you get out after doing 4 years of college to become a certified vet tech, then it's I think $14 an hour that you get paid. I'm like, why? Like, how do you justify going to school that long to just make $14 an hour? Not given cost of living's a lot lower than it is in Florida, but still, it's $14 an hour. I don't know.
It's rough.
Gigi is a wherever she's at kind of girl. She, I think, is in California now.
Right now, yeah. I travel a lot because of my husband's job. We mostly stay in a fifth wheel year round. So we have a place in Arizona, and I'm from Las Vegas. We've got a place in Las Vegas.
That's
and
where
family in Arizona.
That's where your actual house is, right?
In Las Vegas and in Arizona, yeah.
I gotcha. Yeah, I'd love to go out there one day. I've always wanted to go to Colorado.
Colorado's beautiful.
I just don't know if I could ever convince the wife because of how cold it gets there.
Go in the summertime, it's nice.
Oh yeah. Well,
Colorado's nice. Even Utah is pretty, but you just have to kind of work with the religion, the rules of the religion that they're kind of run by.
Right.
It's an interesting place. I've got a lot of family in Utah.
Huh.
Like, you can't buy beer like certain parts of the day,
Yeah.
and you have to, if you want like a bottle of wine or something, you have to go to like a state liquor store. It's really strange. I don't understand it.
Yeah, it's like that at a lot of the places up, like Georgia and around. There's dry counties. So I
Oh,
mean,
really?
yeah, it's a lot different than what it is in Florida. Because like whenever I first took my wife up there, she never even heard of a dry county, and we're on vacation, so she's like, "Let's get a drink." And I'm like, "We can't get a drink." She's like, "What do you mean we can't get a drink?" I'm like, "We're in a dry county." She's like, "What?"
That's strange.
But my brother, he's in Trenton, Georgia. Actually, multiple of my brothers are, and it's awesome up there because he's literally in the very most northwest corner of Georgia. So you can literally step forward and you're in Tennessee, step back and you're in Georgia again, and then step left and you're in Alabama. Which is really cool.
Four corners: Utah, Colorado, Arizona, and New Mexico.
Yeah, whenever we took the me and the wife rode the motorcycle up there, and we did the loop with him on his bike, and his loop is like an hour ride, but it goes through all three of the states. It was a lot of fun. And of course up there, it's where he's at, it's on the what we call mountains. I know Renee says, well, those aren't mountains, those are like foothills. But of course they're not like out west, but they're definitely mountains, and we like ride over the bluff and everything else, and it's so amazing. Let me catch up on chat here. Moss Logic says, okay, Navajo Nation, I think that's how you pronounce that. Just got back from Meow Wolf. What's Meow Wolf? They tried that in Mesa, Arizona. Didn't fly well. Yeah, Gigi probably knows what you're saying. It sounds like that's all areas close to Arizona and California. Yeah, California seems like it would be a beautiful place to go. I don't know. The way that they do things there is just really, really odd, in my opinion. Oh. I just always thought that it was weird, especially where they stand with like guns and stuff, with how restricted they are, but yet like you look at a ton of the manufacturing stuff and there's a ton of it that's manufactured there. It doesn't make any sense. In Mesa, the Utah people tried to take away drinking. Didn't go well. Now, is that like a tribal community? This would make like a really cool little boat slip. I'll leave that like that. Oh, it's not? Okay. Just a big city. Yeah, that's unfortunately where a lot of the issues arise. You get a ton of drug issues, a ton of gun violence and everything else like that whenever you get into the big city. Which is probably why I live in the sticks and I like it here. But the gun violence and drugs and stuff like that, homelessness, I think that that's just unfortunately a byproduct of having that many people inside of a fine location. Phoenix being the first. I got you. I don't know. I think I might have heard of Mesa before. This here is too straight. Needs to have something going on here. Maybe we can build this out just a little bit. Not like that though. A little something like that. By all means, I am not the Bob Ross of terraforming. We call it Mesa Metha. That was one of those towns. Yeah, that was one of the town that I grew up in was very similar to that. Unfortunately, lots of drugs. Oh, let's pull this out a little bit, see if that looks. See if we overflowed this a little. That look good. And to break out the monotonous. Oop, I fell in a hole.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. Moss Logic says, I've been here a while. I could tell where Imp and Skids live just from their stories. Do you listen to a bunch of their new podcasts? I don't watch their podcast a ton. I would love to, but unfortunately I'm always like so strapped for like time to get all the stuff done that I need to, especially as of lately. I just don't have the time to sit down and devote to it. I think if I remember right, there's lava under here. Oh yeah, definitely lava under there. Just put that back. Gigi, if you come over here, be very careful. There's lava underneath here.
Okay. Thank you.
I want to go and fall and go flat, which you probably already know that. Yeah, spectator right here.
I haven't been under there. I didn't know there was lava there. TBH.
Really?
Toads.
Let's grab some. Wow, the redundancy. I'll spill sometime on my run and with Tango sometime. Yeah, that would be really cool. I don't know if that, like, if that ever happened, I don't know what I would do.
I totally like fangirl. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
Go total fangirl. Start making it look more natural. I'll have to go back and
Good.
get rid of all of the flowers, though.
I think. What kind of spot needs to be taken care of? Oh, jeez.
I'm excited for the new, what is it, the torch flower, and then they have the, what's the other one? Like a bell plant or something? I love how full they are on the block, where they actually take up the entire block.
I haven't really looked into those very much. I kind of want to save everything as a surprise for the
Oh,
update.
I see. Hey Ben, welcome to the chat. Luckily WFH mostly, so I call multitasking stuff. I'm used to it. Played shows with the big bands like Offspring, Face to Face, no doubt. That's awesome.
Ooh, those are good bands.
Yeah. Yes, my childhood. Pitcher plan, thank you, Wedge. I knew it had something to do with like a pitcher or canister of some kind. I think those are the ones in real life that wait, no, that's a Venus flytrap. I think they're similar though. I think that they have something inside of the pitcher that attracts the insects, and then the insects meet their fate inside of it. Can't believe how quiet my son's being. He's just sitting there whisper quiet watching Sonic. They really like that show. Is that too much grass? Is that too overgrown? Might be too overgrown. Yeah, I think I've read that before. You know, why is it that we can add a pitcher plant that could consume a rat and kill it while it's living, but we can't have fireflies because they're toxic to frogs? I'm never going to let that go. They've got a whole pool of digestive juices in their pitcher. That's crazy. It's amazing the things that are on this planet. Absolutely amazing. Never knew that dandelions were so prevalent inside of a can't remember the name of this biome. Savannah. There we go. Kind of wanted to almost look like an overgrown factory in its way. Or in a way. I don't know what's with all the too tall grass though. Overgrown. I don't want it like way overgrown. Don't want it to look like the grass was here before the building was.
You want to get rid of all the flowers?
Yeah, I was just knocking out all the dandelions. Want some dandelions?
No thanks. Got lots of dandelions.
Try to give you a flower and this is what I get? Jeez.
Shut down.
What I get for being nice.
Can make some tea.
I think what is missing is a little bit on the edges here.
Two talls around your tower thingies. What the hell is that called? These
Silos?
things over here would look natural.
Yeah,
Silos, thank you.
I was actually going to take that out and put a concrete slab there.
Oh.
I was just trying to figure out what I wanted to do with the depth of it. I can't really come up a block because then it would make it look where it doesn't have anything under it. They would be like sitting on the slab. I thought about doing like lower slabs, either that or like dropping it down into the ground by a half slab. I don't know.
That would look good.
Just to add depth to it. I mean, I could always go there and just, you know, replace the ground blocks with concrete blocks. I don't know. I'll have to play around with it. This is totally going to look like I just ran around bone milling everything.
I know. I love to finish a build and then just go bone mill everything around it. If you can't tell.
Yeah, well, I think Corrales hits the nail on the head whenever he says that the bushes and stuff really make the build. That's been one of my biggest the things that I've had to learn with building is normally I would just like put a build on the foundation and that's it. But in order to actually tie it into the landscape, you have to do a lot with the landscape too.
Big blocks are nice though, because sometimes I'll build something and I won't exactly like a part, so I'll just pop a leaf block on there and cover it up, and it usually helps.
Oh yeah.
It makes a big difference.
Yeah, like when you were building over by your base and you had can't remember what it was something poking through. And it was like poking through the hillside. And then you had to find a way to cover it up. I think you initially used leaf blocks and I think after that you like a house over it or something.
Figure out how to cover it up. And you die. And you get to die.
You know, something I was thinking about with the Guardian farm too is I'll have to look on the Conjuring, but whenever I went on the Conjuring, that thing was spawning like crazy, like it always has. However, I thought that I built that. Yeah, no, I know for a fact that I built that a long time ago, which means that that was before the Guardian change would have taken effect. Which means that they would have had solid blocks over top of the Guardian spawning areas. And if that's the case, I don't remember going back and removing any of the blocks. But if that's the case, why are they spawning? I don't know. That's just something that I have to figure out in my head. I know you probably don't know what I'm talking about. I'm going off on another tangent, but yeah, so I'm wondering, I don't know, because it's like I tested it, and if you put the, like we tested the other day, if you put solid blocks over top of their spawning areas, they don't spawn at all. Yeah, I think that already looks better. I might go back and take some of the grass out, but... Or we'll see. We'll see how it looks whenever I put like some trees and stuff in there.
That looks really good.
Yeah, I love the terraforming that you did over on your shoreline.
Oh, thanks. Oh, they kind of started out as I'm gonna see what this looks like section. And I just got carried away and it got longer and longer, and then I had to make it, you know, complete.
Yeah.
Just have to make it look like it's different than the rest of the area.
Yeah. Out of the way, Cal. Yeah, no, I absolutely love what you did with that. It looks phenomenal.
And we can do it over here if you want to.
Maybe once, because like I said, I don't want to have to like tear out a bunch of hard work just to put in what I'm wanting to build.
Yeah.
If we brought this out a little bit like this, like something like that. I ran out of dirt blocks. I did. Moss says, get somebody to pull the weeds, eh? Nope. I'll go and pull the weeds. I haven't been gardening in 100 years, it seems like. I used to love going out and guardian. I got guardians on my mind, sorry. I used to love, uh-oh. Did I just throw out my stone cutter? Yes, I did. I used to love going out and gardening. Jeez, I give up talking. But with my health and stuff, everything's so much more difficult than it ever used to be. It's a shame for sure. But such is life. Yeah.
We found a missing block. What are you using here? Okay.
Yeah, I used to grow a ton of stuff. I used to grow tomatoes out the wazoo, broccoli. I used to have so much broccoli that I could not use it all. It would constantly go to seed, which was very disheartening. Used to grow a Bedrock crap ton of jalapenos, habaneros. Yeah, gardening. Oh, we're just gardening. So we can name the new Guardian farm.
Guardian Garden.
Yeah, we're just gardening. Spelling eludes me. You got Minecraft on your mind. That's what it is. Easy to have problems spelling anything in the English grammar. I only know one language, and I've known that my entire life, and I still suck at it. Leave the snack cabinet alone, please. You don't need another snack. You're a snack monster. Are you sure? Oh yeah, okay. I'll help you in a second. Oh, it just got really dark. Oh, there's a green boom boom guy.
Yikers.
You can butcher many languages, mostly English. Yes, I love habaneros. All of my hot sauces are habaneros. I got in really big trouble when we rented a cabin up inside of the mountains up in I think Georgia was the first one, and then we went up to Tennessee for the second one. Or no, the second one might have been North Carolina. We had an issue with the first one, so we had to find a second one. It was a big escapade. But whenever I was up there, I was cooking on the grill, and my son comes over to me, and he's like, "What's that? Is that ketchup?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's ketchup." And my wife didn't know exactly what I was talking about. And I'm like, "You want to try some?" Like, "Yeah, I want to try some." I gave some to him. His tongue stuck out, and he started yelling. And of course, the wife would come running over. She's like, "What did you do to our son?" I'm like, "He just wanted to try some of the hot sauce." And she's like, "That stuff is ridiculously hot. You should not give it to him." I'm like, "But it was funny." Oh, I'm sure you guys could not imagine, but she calls me her oldest child.
I wonder why.
Yeah. I highly recommend Gringo Bandito yellow sauce. Huh, I don't think I've ever even seen that. You'll have to send me a link to it on Discord there, Moss, and I'll give it a try. You're brutal. Yeah, the stuff that I like, which kind of a shame to admit it because I don't really like the company and the values that it stands for. But it's Buffalo Wild Wings, and it's their mango habanero sauce. It's absolutely phenomenal. However, you do have to be careful because it will light you on fire in more than one ways.
Yikes.
It's extremely hot, especially if you are like me and you just eat spoonful after spoonful. And then the next day you're praying to the porcelain gods like, "Why did I eat that much of it?"
Why is my butthole on fire?
Oh man, yeah. That brings back a really bad memory, but I'm not going to elaborate on that on stream. Oh, it was so bad. It was so bad, and it involved the shower.
Oh.
Oh,
Can only imagine.
Yeah, I felt like I needed to sit inside of like a tub of milk or something. It was, it was horrible.
That's funny. Well, I think this looks pretty dang good.
Yeah, I was just taking a look at it.
Was there anything more you wanted to do to it today?
I don't think so. I mean, there's a little bit on that little point there. Used to make habanero sauces. Need to make some more. There, Moss Logic, and send me some. I'll forever be in your debt. Maybe if we just connect this and broad it out. Yeah, it's looking really good though. That out, maybe bring that out a little bit. Yeah, it's definitely going to be something that's going to have to evolve over time. But yeah, it definitely looks good so far. Like the foundation of it. I mean, it'll look a lot better once there's like trees and other parts of the everything I'm going to be putting inside of here. Yeah, that's pretty good. I wonder if I have enough time left on stream to bounce over to the Nether. You know, that boy never wants to play with that squeaky dog toy until I'm streaming. Bounce over there and do a little bit of digging before I get off of here. Won't have much time to do like decorating and stuff, but there will be future streams. Hey B-Man, enough with the squeaker. Find something that's quieter. Welcome back there, Rob. Not a whole lot. We were just telling stories about habaneros and talking about different habanero hot sauces and all kinds of deliciousness. Oh, Moss, that's funny. He says, I think that I'm immune to pepper spray. Yeah, I can only imagine that. Yeah, I know. That's why I just said right before you got back, I said, you know, my son never really wants to play with that squeaky dog toy until I'm streaming. And it's like, oh, that's the perfect time to play with it. Like, I think I'll play fetch with the dog. Take a look at it. Looking pretty good. I think it'll look a lot better once we do away with a little bit of the grass there. Add some more grass over here. Make everything look consistent. I think that looks pretty good.
Turned out pretty well.
I don't like this. This needs to be something in here. And back one, make it look a little bit more natural. Off of there. That there. How does that make it look? That looks better. Maybe another little edge off of there. Gigi's gonna be like, I never want to terraform with him again.
It's
Yeah,
your
definitely
stuff.
need
You
to.
do it the way you want to.
That. Building this out a little. Corner there. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Pretty good. Alright, I'm gonna head on over to the Nether. Over to the Guardian farm and do a little bit of digging before we get off of here. Got about another 10-15 minutes until this stream is done. Like I said, I'm immediately going to be jumping over to Twitch to stream some Imperium Galactum. Galactum. Imperium Galactic Survival. And if you guys are unfamiliar with that, I highly recommend just doing a quick YouTube search. A very, very the word I'm looking for. It's not the most Hey, put the toy up. It's not the most popular game, but I think it's due to like the marketing strategies that they use, if they use any at all. But the game is like phenomenal. Very, very in depth, and it's like a space Minecraft. So if that interests you, then I'll see you guys over on Twitch whenever I stream.
I definitely want to watch that. I'm interested in it.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, I'll typically, like I said, I haven't played it in a while. They just recently came out with a new update, and I haven't played it in a while, but I'll typically use it for anti-burnout. So whenever I'm like not wanting to burn out on Minecraft, I'll skip over to that.
Well, I'm gonna jump off of here and AFK for a little while, and see you on the next stream.
Alright, sounds good. Let me close out of Discord real quick. I always seem to forget to take myself out of stream chat. Go. The game is called Empyrean Galactic Survival, and the version of it that I'll be playing is called Reforged Eden. And it's a very, very cool space game. Very, very in-depth. They go into depth with so many different details on it. And there's a ton of stuff to do. It's a voxel-based game. So it's just like Minecraft in a way. You can build, and basically you could build giant ships and whatnot. I'd like to show you some of the ships that you can build. We'll go to the Jeff Randall's page here. And I hope this is going to be too terribly loud. Oh, that is definitely not what I clicked on. This one. Let me look for his carrier. That was one of his latest builds. I believe this one is available for download on the Steam Workshop.
The only way to do it is to automate. To do is connect to our customers' Shopify store, WooCommerce store, CRM systems, whatever it might be, and completely automate the process from start to finish of sending out those handwritten notes.
And we will do plate capture. There we go. Now, Jeff Randall here, he is a builder. He's probably the most popular builder in the game. But this is basically one of the ships that he's made here. And he's made probably hundreds of ships. Let me go back to the outside here. But these are all voxel based, so it's all blocks that you're building with, just like Minecraft. And he's put all this together. And did I mute it? Yeah.
Look a little shark-like, I'm thinking.
And once you build it all, it basically you can build ships like that, which is going to be a CV, which is a capital vessel, and then you can build smaller ships, which are small vessels, SVs, hover crafts, which a lot of people will build like tanks and stuff. But it's basically limited to your imagination.
Check out some of the newer. Start with bridge.
Turn that down a little bit. And he basically does building videos where he'll go all the way through it and basically show his process and how he does it. But the game's very in depth. Like I said, if you're on like a different planet or something that doesn't have oxygen, you have to leave your ship running. That way your plants don't die, because plants obviously need oxygen. And in order to leave stuff powered, it's going to take fuel on the ship. And if you run out of fuel, then you lose power, and then if you lose power, you lose oxygen, and all your plants die. Same thing goes like if you build a base down on a planet that does not have any oxygen on it. You can go and build a base there. However, you're going to have to find a way to make oxygen. So you can either put ventilators in to make oxygen. However, those ventilators require power, which require fuel, and you have to keep them powered. Now, on a single player game, you can log out and it basically pauses wherever you log out. However, if you are on a server or something where everybody else is playing, it's constantly ticking. So you literally have to log in. Like, if you take a vacation away from the game and you don't want your stuff to die, you have to log in like a week later and refuel your stuff, depending on how much fuel your base or ship or anything else can hold. That way none of your stuff dies. So it's very, very in-depth. There's a lot of gravity in the game. Different planets have different gravity. There's hundreds and hundreds of planets inside of probably hundreds of solar systems that you can explore. There's a lot of PvP in it. So there's a bunch of different factions, like alien factions and things like that you can fight. And depending on how much you fight, you'll either lose your popularity with certain factions or gain popularity with others. So you could basically go to war with whatever factions you want. You can fight everybody if you want. You can only go to war with some of them, but there's some factions that'll have like allies. So if you go to war with one certain faction, then you're probably going to not be so liked by certain other ones that might be in like an ally with them, if that makes sense. Like I said, I'll be streaming this here in probably about 15 minutes, 20 minutes or so, and I'm sure there's going to be a load of questions. If you guys have any questions, if y'all want to join me over on Twitch and watch, by all means ask away. Whenever I learned to play this game, I asked a ton of questions, and you have to, because it's so in-depth, it's crazy. But basically, yeah, in order to build all this stuff, it's a survival game. You have to go and you mine materials. You have to go and get iron, you have to go and get all the different things that you need in order to make a certain block, and then you put all the blocks together. So I'm going to be starting a brand new world, so we're not going to be starting off with any kind of ship or anything like that, unless I were to put it in like they call it God mode and spawn things in. But I like the survival aspect of it starting off, but it is a little slow going whenever you're starting off, because you got to focus on like all of the starter task. I'll probably do a little bit of the missions and stuff, but it's one of those games. It's kind of like how with Grand Theft Auto, how they have where you can do the missions, or you can just turn around and just go and have fun. Like, you can do either or you can turn around, go have fun, do whatever you want, go explore, and then come back at a later date and do missions and finish up your missions and whatever else you got to do. But yeah, I never even knew this game existed, and I still wouldn't, even if it wasn't for my brother. But my brother, he's been playing it ever since it was alpha released, which was a long time ago. I think he said it was like 2010, around the time that Minecraft came out. It was alpha, and he's been playing it since around that time period, and has basically watched it grow into what it is now. But yeah, has good graphics, got a lot of creepy bad guys, spiders, aliens, all kinds of stuff, velociraptors. So if you're into this type of game, like I said, it's kind of like a Minecraft meets like almost like Call of Duty or Halo meets like a space age game. And if you're familiar with like No Man's Sky, it's similar to that as well. But let's pause this, get back over to Minecraft here, and see if we can't finish digging out this little area here before the server shuts off. Got about 5 minutes before it shuts off. I don't know. Quite the task. We'll see. But yeah, if any of what I just said interests you guys, meet me over on Twitch, and then I will gladly explain all of the different mechanics and whatnot over there. Just keep in mind, even though I have several hundred hours into playing it, there's still a ton that I don't know about the game. Keep that in mind too. Hey, I'm just waiting to get a bunch of lava down on my face. And I don't really know if there's any real reason why I'm digging this area out, just aside from making a large area that we can then box in and decorate and make it look good. I don't really have any plans for it, but it's always a good reason to have a big open area that you can have for different activities. Now we are going to need a good little bit of it for this here, which is going to be much bigger than what it is here, but this is basically the guardian tube for the guardian farm where they all fall out. Yep, there it is. You what? Are you quiet? Yes, it's shocking. Now in the void. How's it in the void? Did you throw it down at the end island? Or did it glitch down there? One minute. I don't think we're going to hit our goal. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. We need to maybe make like a certain day out of the month that we do like a Patreon stream. Be a ton of fun. Oh, what time, Rob? He died a bunch. Alright, I think I should probably log off. When the Enderman pushed him off the platform. Yeah, the Endermen are the worst part about going to the end. I don't mind the end dragon. I don't mind blowing up the end crystals. I don't mind flying over the void. I don't even mind bridging out of the void. But the Endermen are the worst part, and it sucks because they're so buggy. Like, it'd be different if you could actually look at them and have them come after you like it's supposed to work, but no, you'd be looking at the ground and then you get like a mob that attacks you. The beginning of the end. Yeah, you were doing good there for a while. I was proud of you. But yeah, you get ganged up on the Enderman and it don't take long to die. Those things are powerful. About the only thing you can do is put a water bucket down and hope for the best. Now I wonder if they'll ever change it to where, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the changelog. It was several updates ago, and I don't know if it actually took place or not. It should have, since it was so long ago. But they made it to where if you have a piglin that's mad at you and you put gold armor on or have gold, or what is it, a golden tool, golden armor or whatever, they'll stop being mad at you if you put it on, even if they see you. I wonder if they'll ever do that with Endermen, with the pumpkin heads. Anyways, guys, I'm going to wrap it up here. If you are new here and you have not yet done so, then please hit that like button. That way we can get this stream shared to as many people as possible. And if you have yet to do so, then consider subscribing if you enjoy this kind of content. As far as Empyrean goes, I'll be streaming that over on Twitch here in about 10 minutes. And I hope to see all of you guys there. It's a great game, a lot of fun, and here there will be some hilarious parts of it with me playing it. But thank you guys so much for joining, and I'll see you guys here in a few.